Well, this is Stephen Wade here, sitting down with one of our members, Nigel Cowan. We're excited that he's willing to share his time with us for a few minutes to kind of share his experience with us that he's had in Forex trading and specifically in the MACD3 system. So thanks, Nigel, for joining us here. So really quick,
You're welcome.
perfect. So really quickly, first question: what line of work have you been in prior to trading, and what made you decide that you wanted to become a Forex trader?
Well, I actually have my own business. In fact, a couple of businesses which I run. The one which really led me into trading is I have a financial services business. I used to work in the City of London in the banking sector until about 20 years ago when I set up my own business. And about 3 years ago, when the current financial turmoil started, as you can imagine, I became a little concerned about the prospects for my own financial services business. In fact, as it happens, it's been fine, but I started looking for alternative sources of income, and trading seemed to be a fairly obvious one to look at, which is how I came to start trading.
Nice, nice. So it kind of folded in nicely to your financial background. So that's nice. Now really quickly, now.
Yeah, although I would say background to do this, but yeah, I did have that background.
Certainly.
Absolutely.
So now, how long have you been trading in the Forex market? And in your experience, and then also to add to that really quickly, what market opens do you usually trade? So those two together.
Yeah, well, I've been really since 2008, so 3 years, and I trade the London Open and the New York Open. Very occasionally the Japanese Open, but only if I see something particularly interesting late in the afternoon. Yeah.
Okay, Nigel, this is Wade. My first question here is, what challenges did you face prior to using the MACD3 Forex system and our training program, and how did the MACD3 system help you to overcome those challenges?
Well, I think I probably have the same challenges which I think most people face when they try this, which is consistency and controlling your emotions. I think everybody goes through phases when they start, where they have a few winners on the trot, and they get euphoric, and then they have a bunch of losing trades on the trot, and they get despondent, and you get these emotional swings. And it was trying to find a way to establish consistent results and thereby control those emotions, which was the real challenge. And I think the way the MACD3 system helps with that is, well, firstly, it produces consistently good results, and it's a lot easier to feel good about things when you're confident of what's going to happen. So it brings confidence and consistency, and with that comes the ability to understand what is happening and get a grip on your emotions, so you don't get carried away or you don't stop trading because you're worried. And it's been extremely helpful in that regard, I must say.
Okay, great.
I think what, just to expand on that a bit, I think what I really like about the system is it has this consistency and logic behind it. It's very easy to understand how the system works and why it works, and that's what gives you the confidence. And it also enables you, when you have the understanding of it, to keep out of marginal trades and to sometimes take marginal trades, because you develop an understanding quite quickly of what's behind the system and how it helps you get into the market and understand it.
Absolutely. Perfect. Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah, Nigel, thanks for your insight. This is Steve again. Another quick question for you. How long have you been trading the MACD3 Forex system?
I think it's just over a year. I think October last year I started.
Okay.
So yeah, 13 months, yeah.
Great. And another question. Why and our MACD3 trading system and training program to other Forex traders who maybe haven't had a chance to experience it yet?
I think there are two things. I think firstly, quite easy to learn. It's logical, and as a result of that, you pick it up really quite quickly. There's not a huge raft of different indicators to look at. It's quite a simple bunch of indicators, and they fit together quite easily. Firstly, and secondly, the live trading room is fantastic, which means that you can be taking trades and making money while you're learning how the system works, as opposed to just getting a system off the shelf and having to learn it and then mess around and try and see if you can make it work with paper trading before you get into it. You've got the opportunity to actually trade and make money while you're learning. And finally, of course, the tuition and support which comes with it from you guys is second to none. It's quite outstanding. And all that together makes it a very, very useful system for getting into the market with.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that. Okay, well, in closing, Nigel, if you could offer any advice to new traders that are looking to learn the system and trade the MACD3 system, what would it be?
Well, the first piece of advice is get on with it. What are you waiting for? But more seriously, go through the course. It takes, I think, 3 or 4 hours to go through the videos on the course. Then go into start attending the live trading room and the webinars, which develop that knowledge. Work back through some of the fast track webinar recordings, which go through vital points in more detail. That'll take a while. There's probably 9 or 10 hours of stuff there which you really ought to go through. Put in that time and effort, and you'll find that all the pieces drop into place very quickly. But the thing you have to remember is you've got to do this. No one's going to do it for you. You've got to put in the time. You've got to put in the effort. The system works. The support and the teaching is there, but only you can put in the effort and develop the discipline to make it work. And if you do that, it will work, and you'll have a great time.
Awesome. What would be your recommendation on how long do you think someone should make a commitment to themselves for this?
That's a good point. I think it's going to vary from person to person, but I would think you have to give it at least 3 months before you really know whether it's for you. As I say, I think you can learn the system, the basics of the system in probably a couple of days, but then you can learn to play chess in a couple of days, but it takes you a bit longer than that to become good at it. So I would give it a minimum of 3 months, possibly even 6 months, before you can really determine whether it's going to work for you or not. But I really believe anyone can do well with this system if they have the discipline to learn it, apply it, and work at it.
Awesome. Appreciate your comments on that, Steve.
Well, thanks, Nigel. We really appreciate your time, your insights. We always enjoy the interactions we have with you, and we're excited that you're on a good path and doing great. And again, thanks for spending these few minutes with us.
Yeah, you're very welcome, guys, and thanks for sharing the system with us.
Our pleasure.
All right. That's awesome.
Thanks, Nigel.
Take care.
Okay.
This is our standard Forex disclaimer. Please pause the video to read and understand the risk. By viewing the video presentation, you agree to accept the risk as explained herein and any and all other risk associated with the Forex market.